Good evening, everybody. Welcome in the slot. I'm Eric Ballnar. A different show for you this week. We've got the Battle of the Brothers, both on set and in the game on Friday. The Stars and Xtreme going head-to-head, and there's two pairs of brothers that have played together a long time that get to go to head. Well, you guys have played each other already, but some for the first time in a really long time, at least a game of ice hockey. We'll start with the Bensons, the Chens, Danny and Andy coming in a little bit later. But first we got Nathaniel and Tim Benson. What's up, boys?
Not much. I've been at the rink all day pretty much today, just working with some juniors. So is Nathaniel, and Daniel's been there as well. I think Andrew has a...
So you've just been getting worn out by kids the whole time?
Yeah, we've just been trying to keep our heads on straight.
Some future NHSL players. Are the kids good?
Oh yeah, some of them are awesome. I think I already shouted out Daniel Kadelka a while ago, but...
Is he at the camp?
Yeah, he's the one kid you're gonna want.
Good skater, right?
He's unreal.
Yeah.
He's probably
the other
skates
one I
better
want to
than me.
mention is Adam. We call him Banksy, one of the little kid. He's a great player. So, a couple shout outs for the young guys.
We'll gotta watch those coming. But before we get into stuff about what's going on in the life of Benson, let's get to that absolutely insanely wild game that happened on the weekend. It started off the bat, the first shot of the game, Tom Sack. Nat, what was that like? First shot of the game, you're like, yep, down 1-0.
Yeah, well, I remember winning the faceoff back, and we had possession. I'm just coming into our zone, and then we go up, and then all of a sudden it turns around and the puck's in the net, and I was just like, how did that just happen in 10, 13, whatever?
Esposito tied it moments later, and Steve Best just undresses Jeremy Friedrich, makes it 2-1, and then Joey Showtime McDougall. He had 3-point Showtime in the game. That was pretty good. Noah Maley had a couple assists in the game too. Joey tied it up at 2, but then got absolutely rocked by Tom Sack. That guy's solid, Tom Sack.
Yeah, I've hitting him, it feels like a truck. Especially, it's not even him trying to hit you, it's you trying to hit him, and he just runs you over.
Zach Boyle made it 3-2, then Xander Wardlaw just bounced a puck about 6 times off the back of Matusz Trinka to make it 3-3, but then turnover, Zach Boyle, goal number 2 of the period. It's 4-3 Brewers. Things looking good. This game was wild. This was all in the second period off an awkward turnover. Then Xander, he's about to score a really nice goal. That would have got the bench fired up.
Oh yeah, I was buzzing. I'm all the way down the ice just looking at it, and I just ran into him, just tried to, sally with him because I was sick.
So 4-4. Then you want to walk us through what Matusz did to you guys here, or what?
Matusz robbed me maybe 4 times in the span of 5 minutes, and I was just losing my mind.
He was pretty good. This save in particular, right here.
Oh yeah, off the face-off. That one was, I couldn't, even Xander's got his hands on his head, we were just, I don't know what was going on.
Already the celly going. Xander can't believe it. It was 4-4, and then shorthanded off a skate and in, a hat trick goal in the period for Zach Boyle, made it 5-4. Then opening the third, Tyler Leeming, who had a huge third period, makes it 6-4. But the Xtreme kept fighting back. You guys, first off, Leemer was immense in this period, but the Xtreme kept battling back every time you went down. This time you were down by 2 goals. Andrew Stapleton with the no-look pass to Joey McDougall. He gets goal number 2 on the night, makes it 6-5. Then how about the effort here from Noah Maley?
Noah is just we talk about it in the Jokers all the time. Timothy, you played with him for a while too, same age group. Noah is just the hardest guy to play against in the whole league, I'd say.
6-6, and then a good pass from Tyler Leeming, and Jaden Ryan makes it 7-6, and that's how the game ended. What was that game like to be a part of? Because 5 times you guys came back, but you never could get the lead.
I can only describe it as just absolute mayhem. I don't think, even going over the game and talking back, how we have to talk about this goal, and then we score back, and then they score again. It's just the most confusing game to watch and to be a part of, and I was just this is absolutely insane.
Timothy, though, from the fans and the stand standpoint, it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, the atmosphere was great in the crowd. It was really loud. I think I was on the Xtreme side, so it was a bit dull near the end when they had the empty net, but it was still just an amazing game to watch. It just fun for everybody.
You could hear a lot of thick chirps being thrown out from the crowd in the game. It was just you're right, it was a lively crowd.
It was a rowdy bunch. It was a lot of people in there who were just very passionate and had a lot to say, I guess.
Good old Friday night hockey. Nat, what was the message from Eric Lean after the game to the team?
I think that's the funniest part. Even Eric got into the locker room and he was just like, "Boys, I don't know what just happened." Even we were all just like, "I don't know if any of us will ever be a part of a game like that ever again," because or ever in our careers, because that was just the most ridiculous thing. And the fact that the first period it was 2-2. It was already almost more goals than we had scored on throughout our whole season. So it was just from the start, we knew it was going to be a crazy game, and they had, 2 new players in their lineup, and everything was just different.
How do you think the Brewers played different compared to the first time you played them?
I think their depth, with just the way that they had 3 lines that were really steady on us, and they just played a really strong game, and they attacked us, really early. They just started really quick, and they just played really, really good.
Well, that made it a bit of a logjam in the whole system of this league. Let's take a look at the standings. It has got interesting. The Xtreme, everybody's got a win on the board. Most people have beat each other. This weekend, winner goes to first place. It's a pretty simple equation. You win the game, you go to first. I just can't quite emphasize that enough. So is that the Stars, who started off 0-2? Tim, now are you just fired up knowing that, hey, maybe we could be first place at the break?
Oh yeah, there's tons of discussion about how the standings would look at after the game on Friday, and we saw that we had a chance to take first, and I think our team's really excited for the opportunity just to really cement ourselves as one of the best teams in this league.
So the Brewers got the better of the Xtreme the last game. The Xtreme just came out of the guns a-blaze into the season. A lot of chat about the Xtreme this, Xtreme that, Xtreme this. I know Sammy goes on about it too. Even before the last game, he said, "Oh, I'm tired of hearing about the Xtreme," and then they allowed 3 goals to start the game. So I'm assuming you're looking for something a bit different this week.
We just got to get a better start than last week, because we started off pretty slow. I think it was 3 goals in the first 5 minutes. And we played all right throughout the game, I felt, but we just got to make sure that we're ready to go from puck drop.
Well, boys, you guys get to go head-to-head. How often, this is the second time in the season in a matter of weeks.
Yeah.
How many times have you guys gone against each other in your hockey careers?
It would have been bantam, maybe before.
I mean, if you count mini sticks, it's
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Every day.
Every week, every day.
And also if you count NHL, the video game, that's constantly. But we used to play some crazy games of mini sticks.
Yeah, okay, because I was a big mini sticks guy too. Did you guys put the sticks in the oven and get your curve?
No, we used to get the curve, by the curve. We were extra.
No, but you could, I think the oven is the way to go, because then you can set your own curve.
It was getting hard on our back, so we got the slightly taller mini sticks. So you didn't have to go as far down.
So you're just getting hockey sticks at this point?
No, they were they make specific, I don't know, bigger mini sticks that were just.
We used to also have this one room in our house, which was the biggest room. It was giant, and we had 2 doors on one side. We'd use that as nets.
We used to use tennis balls, and our parents would absolutely hate it.
So set up, walk me through what was the Benson house? I mean, I guess you lived in a couple different places, but what was that Benson house that you have the most fond memory of in terms of growing up playing hockey?
I think that's gotta be it's in, we don't live far away from it now, but we had this one main room, and it was just all of the bedrooms surrounded it. So it was just this big lounge room, and there was just this long sort of carpet area and 2 doors on either side. And we would use the 2 doors as goals, and we would just play on either side and just use a tennis ball, which was a bad idea because it made so much
So who's
noise.
playing, just you two?
Well, sometimes we had the Friedrichs and the Chens over, and we used to have tournaments and stuff.
What?
Mostly Jeremy and Julian.
Yeah.
We gotta ask the Chens about that.
Yeah, definitely.
So who's the king mini stick player?
I mean, I gotta say Jeremy, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it was unfair because it used to be Nathaniel and Jeremy would go against Julian and I, and we were the younger brothers at the time, and they just dominated
Julian
us.
was really little at the time.
And
Julian, I can't even picture Julian being
Jeremy would just use his size, and it wasn't.
Yeah, we also had a couch it was right next to the thing that we used as boards, and I think I got hit into it very hard a couple times.
Yeah, we played contact.
Yeah, full contact.
So what was it like then going on the ice and playing? I mean, I have siblings too. I get what it's like being in the house. Obviously, you're competitive with your brother, but then you end up on the Jokers together and some hockey growing up. You're playing on the same teams. What's it like going against each other in a professional setting all of a sudden?
I mean, I really enjoy it. I know every time I get the puck in the corner, I can tell Nathaniel's trying to come down the ice and make a hit or something, but I wouldn't let him do that.
I think there was one play where Timmy had it behind the net, and I just came off the bench, and I like saw him not looking this direction, and part of me was like, oh, I should really just crush him here, but I tried to like be smart and take it and do it that way. But I think
And you could see Nathaniel like start lining up the hit, and then he just decides not to do it, I guess.
What do you say to, like, what's the dialect like in the middle, or the dialogue rather, like in the middle of the game between you two against each
usually
other?
just tells me that I suck.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing is, I would talk a lot to Nathaniel, but he gets in this like intense mood during the game where you just can't talk to him. Like I'll try to say something, and he just looks away.
Well, like I think last game he just skated by me and just pushed me.
Yeah, I cross-checked
It was like I looked at him and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just skate away.
Maybe we'll see a little brothers melee at some
We
point.
do a bit of the. I don't know if you've seen Matthew and Brady Kachuk in the show where they like do that warm up, like they stretch at the line there. We did that for the first game, and I was trying to
We're
like
gonna have to
say
watch that.
something to Timothy, but he couldn't hear me because of the music.
Playing a
It's
little
like,
tummy sticks.
Yeah, and he was just like, "What? You suck." And I was trying to actually tell him something, but.
What, do you tell him he sucks when you're playing jokers together too?
No, usually it's the other way around. He's the leader on the team.
Yeah,
And
no,
my
but that's
brother.
usually when you screw up. I just tell you that.
Yeah, which is not very often.
So what's that dynamic like though, being on the same team together? Because I know not all siblings can probably actually do that.
I mean, I think it was like growing up, because we have like a good almost 2 years between each other, and I guess Timmy and I always have like that good relationship where like he knew if I was telling him something to help him get better, as opposed to telling him something because I'm being a jerk or something. Like it would be something.
Yeah, I can differentiate like
Yeah.
Nathaniel trying to rip into me and him actually trying to help me improve.
Yeah, you got some experience with
Yeah.
Nathaniel Benson.
Yeah, because
And
I
it
think-
depends on the like situation, whether it's just like we're screwing around and we're actually talking trash, or we're in like a state tournament and we're trying to improve and get better.
Yeah, that actually sounds fair enough. But Timothy, what did you miss the memo in Australia or something like that? Like everybody here needs to be a forward, needs to score goals, needs to get the points. It's like the only thing that matters sometimes. But you were like, yeah, blue line, or is that, you know?
well, I was a forward for like, I don't know, I want to say the first 4 years I played hockey, or maybe longer than that. I was all right at forward. I never really loved forward. I was always more defensively minded, even as a winger. I'd like to play in my own zone. And I think it was around my first year at Generals, which was still junior league. I kind of went to the coach and I said, hey, do you mind if I start playing back a bit, playing defense? And I started playing defense in practice.
Right.
And eventually I just made the switch because I enjoyed it way more than I ever did at forward.
So if Nathaniel Benson is coming down the middle of the ice and you're the last defense there and it's a little one-on-one battle, do you know the move that Nat's going to pull?
Well, I did. I got him last time
That's
I played. He was
right.
coming down. I got him with a little poke check. We played against each other in road hockey for like, even to this day, we still play road hockey and try to dangle each other. So the problem is he knows my moves and I know his moves. So it's kind of a
Well, I was gonna put
50-50.
it
So what do you have to do?
Well, I mean, I'll look at him, and if he's gonna try to hit me, I'll just put it through his legs and slip around him.
And then that looks great on the replay.
Yeah, except when it doesn't, and then it pokes the other way.
When he gets it going. All right, boys, we have a couple photos that we pulled up that you sent through. Let's just rip through these here. When was this? This was
That's friendship games. Yeah, that one.
scored against Team Canada.
Yeah, Nathaniel
I
actually,
had like two different teams from Canada.
Yeah.
It was a very weird tournament.
he had a
It was
breakaway
lot.
in that photo and he passed it backwards to me so I could score.
What?
That's a little backstory.
Really?
On that one. Yeah, because he had already a hat trick, so he thought he may as
Well,
well.
Timmy B had to, put something on the board.
And then-
Timmy B. What? And this is still friendship games?
Yeah,
That's
that was
against,
the same that's against Japan, actually. That was a really cool game. They're a really good team.
That's
And I think
awesome.
we played on the same line that tournament, so.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Number 7. All right.
All right, let's go to the next one. This one. Okay, now here's a question with your mom here. What does she do on game day on this Saturday, Friday night?
I think it's usually whoever loses gets the support.
Really?
Whoever's sad, she'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Whoever wins, she just ignores.
Yeah, who's she cheering for? Whoever's behind, just to like get back in the.
She wants
Yeah.
overtime every time.
Yeah, she wants overtime and then like the max amount of times for us not to hit each other because our
Even though
parents
we
don't
keep
want
telling her that we're
they,
gonna fight, and she's like, no, you're not allowed.
they don't want us to.
I want to see this. Paula, watch out. We got a couple more photos. This was what?
Pee-wees or bantams.
Pee-wees or bantams?
Pee-wees. I was on Oilers and Pee-wees.
That was my
Goofballs.
flow as a kid. And Timothy's, he has
I don't
one
know.
of the dumbest faces.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know.
And then some trophy photos here. This one here. What is happening? What are these trophies? There's
Do you want to tell this one to me? This is a great
Yeah,
story.
so those are, I think there's 6 trophies there, including the league MVP, highest points, highest assists, and best forward. And then there's the last one, which is mine, was best sportsmanship. So I won it like 3 years in a row.
He actually won it 3 years in a row, and
Yeah.
the one year he didn't win it, he got the highest assist.
So
and they
how
didn't
many
give him sportsmanship.
how many trophies are yours in that photo?
I think like 5.
5 of them are
You're
his.
the best sportsmanship.
Yeah.
And then this is just you boys hanging out
Yeah,
at the
that
ring.
would have been state team.
Yeah, I think it was Ginsburg, was
Yeah.
my best guess.
A long time ago.
Boys, just real quickly here, I'll ask this very quickly. Sam Hoddick is going to be in the lineup for the Stars on the weekend. Boys are pumped about having one of the best younger Australian players in the country.
Yeah, for sure. It's great whenever an interstate player joins us because they just bring a lot of experience and a lot of new skills to our team, and especially with a player like Sam Hoddick who's played in the AI. I think he played in the AJ as well when he was younger, and he's just going to be a great asset to our team, especially to our forwards who need some more depth, which will be good.
Well, Tim, I appreciate you. We keep calling you Tim. Tim Benson. Timmy B. Appreciate you coming on the show. Nat's going to stick around as the Chens are coming in here. Boys, looking forward to the Benson Battle round 2 this weekend.
Always.
Danny and Andy Chen coming up on the other side. We'll see you then. Back in the slot, Eric Ballnar here, my co-host, Nathaniel Benson, sticking around because we've got 2 big guests, brothers. The other pair going head-to-head. It's Danny and Andy, the Chen brothers, coming up against each other. I love that name, Danny and Andy. That's going on the stream now, boys. We make Showtime stick. I'm a powerful guy. I made Tim stick. I made Showtime stick. We could get Danny and Dandy going.
If we're calling him Tim now, then I think it's fair enough.
Yeah, we got to get everybody in there. Andrew Chen from the Xtreme, Daniel Chen from the Stars. Daniel, you finally get to play a game.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I'm getting tired sitting up there.
That's been hard. That must have been hard, right? Like you got picked pretty early on in the draft. In the first 3 games, couldn't play. You finally turned 18. What's been those feelings when you're watching but helpless up there?
It's especially the first 2 games a bit frustrating with those 2 losses. But like it was really great to see them get that win last game, and it's been a long. I just got to be patient. It's been frustrating, but I'm just glad that I've turned my 18 and then now I can play finally.
Yeah, now it's going to be interesting to watch the Stars actually because there's a whole bunch of forwards now. Sam Hoddick is going to be in for the game. Now you've got Sammy has some decisions to make in terms of how he lines things up. You've been skating with a few different people in practice without giving too much away?
I've skated with all our top 6 forwards. And then, during those first 3 games, I was kind of just slotting in where they needed extra guys if we were missing anyone, because I was the extra skater. So I had a bit of time on D as well, but I'll definitely be playing forward in the game.
Sure.
So Daniel, you're coming back. You had obviously a pretty big year in the local competition with the Jokers. Helped lead the team to a championship. Scored that really nice goal on the knees. It's how are the legs feeling? Are they feeling fresh? Are you worried about getting back in that game situation?
I think they're better than ever.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I've been working a lot because I've had kind of a little off season, a bit longer than other guys. So I've been really putting in some work and excited to show off some of my skills.
Andrew, what do you guys talk? Well, actually, no. First off, I want to ask your perspective because we asked Nat about this earlier. What on earth happened last Friday night?
Just absolute chaos. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. 6-7 high scoring game. It was just crazy the whole time. I think you could just not just with our team, but with the whole game in general. We had some trouble with our structure, and we can't expect to play the whole season perfectly. But I'm sure that Eric will be grilling us about it in the trainings. So.
What kind of conversations do you guys as teammates have during that game in terms of adjustments making? What take me through the bench almost?
I mean, I think Andrew sits right across from me in the locker room, so most of what we talk about is just little plays that happen, we're like, okay, next time we get in that situation, let's just do this instead and change it up, because we can't really focus too much on the big, like, everything that's going on. We have to just change the little things that overall improve it. But,
Now, one of my favorite moments of the year actually is when you scored your goal, because it was the nice pass. Here, walk me through the clip here. That was a cool moment.
Yeah. So I'm actually at the puck on the point, and I saw that, well, it was a race to the puck on the point. I saw that I was closer than the other Stars forward there. And he was overstretched, so you can see me chip it over his
Yeah, that was a
stick.
nice play.
And I could just see Nathaniel down there. I was hoping that he was paying attention, and he was. So,
For once I was.
I chipped it over to him so I wouldn't get laid out, and he gave it back. So I was tapping my
and he
stick.
scored and still got laid up.
You still fall down. Yeah. Couldn't
still
stick the
falling
landing.
over. Yeah.
He was trying to do his celly, and then the guy knocked him over.
So we were talking earlier with Tim and
Tim.
Nathaniel about growing up and playing whatever games around the house, and they were saying they were playing some mini sticks. Did you guys partake in these mini stick adventures as well?
Yeah, so we actually went over to their house quite a bit to play mini sticks, and Jeremy, Julian was there, and we'd all play, and they got like through like the proper mini stick nets, and so we'd bring our own mini sticks from home, and we'd have like
3v3.
like a bench, and it would be
3v3.
like 3v3.
What was the teams?
Usually the older guys are just getting up to the smaller guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on board with that.
And Jeremy played goalie as well in mini sticks. We played sometimes at the rink. I remember in McRae, when McRae used to be a tournament, we would play at the front entrance next to the admissions place. And it used to be all smooth there. It's carpet now, but the smooth was perfect for anything rolling or sliding along it. So that was perfect for our mini sticks.
So how did the Chen brothers, well, the whole Chen clan seems to play hockey, but how did you guys get involved in playing this sport?
So basically, when we were younger, we used to do martial arts,
Okay.
and
Very similar to ice hockey, I guess.
in some ways. And at the martial arts center there, Jake Riley's dad, Mick Riley, was one of the instructors, and he posted up one of the posters for like come and try for the Ice Blast program here.
Right.
And so we thought we'd give it a try.
Yeah, it was our first session. We didn't make it on the ice until like 40 minutes into session, because we didn't know you had to show up early to put on your gear. And the person showing us how to put on gear was Jake. And he still puts his shin pads on first and then his skates, which now I realize is the wrong way.
I've
So
never heard this story.
You had Jake Riley teach you?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's off the ice. He's a pretty slow guy.
That big laugh from you
Oh,
confirmed.
it's so true. Jake is gonna hate us for this, but it really is. Jake is like,
yeah, it
especially
really is.
Andrew and I have like first-hand experience on national teams.
Yeah.
Where we'll be waiting at the hotel, and the team is leaving, and Jake will still be in the room like not even dressed, and we'll just be like, Jake, you're taking forever.
It's gotten me into trouble before. One time we had a meeting, and it was 2 minutes before the meeting, and he said, "Oh, I'm just gonna go take a shower," and he grabs the shower, and then we show up 5 minutes late, and after the on ice training, the coach gets our skates off, and we just run stairs, while everyone else is getting undressed and watching us.
Like, perfect, great. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
Well, that's on you maybe for not being like, buddy, we gotta go, or
Well,
is there
that-
nothing you can do?
No, I'm just gonna leave it. Just no waiting for Jake. Yeah.
So you had Jake Riley. That's amazing. I did not realize that Jake Riley was the first person to show you how to put on equipment.
Yeah.
So then what? You went to Ice Blast, and then what? Like you just got involved in playing the local comp here, and so you both started playing at the same time.
Well, actually, our mom wasn't really interested in us playing hockey at the time. So
Now she's at the rink all the time.
yeah, she made us do like figure skating lessons, hoping that like it would get us off hockey. But we went stuck with it, and then at the end they're like, yeah, you guys can't do these lessons anymore. Just set us back into hockey, and we just stuck with it ever since because we just love it.
That actually is interesting though, because I feel like in Canada a lot of the times, like you have people when they're really, really little, when they're first learning to skate, they're taking figure skating lessons. Like they're probably like 5, 6 years old maybe at that time, but like all that skate work is obviously important. I don't think that really happens in Australia, right? Like, you just jump on the skates, play hockey.
My mom didn't want me to play hockey either.
Did you do figure skating as well?
No, I wanted to be a goalie, and she wouldn't let me be a goalie.
What? So how did you convince your mom to play? She's Canadian. Come on.
I begged her for like 2 years, from like the age of 4 to 6, and then she was like, okay, fine. Because all of my friends at school played.
Oh my goodness. So, but boys, at the house though, what was, did you, like, what brotherly competitive things did you boys have that you were going like head to head in?
Oh.
Everything.
Well, there was some hockey-related ones. We used to do, so we had a net set up in the back. We used to do some shooting competitions, and
Who would win those?
Well, it's
not sure now, but I used to win them most time. He get angry and he threw a stick at me once.
a few broken sticks during those
Yeah.
days, but
So it's just the back. Have you guys lived in like the same house pretty much the whole time growing up, or did you move around a bit?
we've moved like around a little bit.
Moved just after 1 year of playing hockey. So we've been in the same house for about
Yeah.
9
We
years
got a
now.
nice
yeah.
setup there, so
So is that like your favorite house where all those like hockey memories of like going
we
head to
got
head
a
are?
lot of memories
Not
there.
only
Yeah.
just for these two, but that's where all the Jokers boys go.
Yeah.
After they get really-
after
Yeah.
games, after when we were growing up doing Sammy's camp and like the camp we were at today, just helping. Like when we were kids at that camp, we would always go to the Chen's house and sleep over.
Yes, because we got like a big backyard, so like we've got like space to like we used to play like hockey on like this little tennis
Oh
court.
yeah.
Really?
With the tennis balls. It would be
Road hockey styles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but on the grass.
Can we give a shout out to when we played soccer and we played with Ben Hamburg, and he is the single worst soccer player you will
Yeah.
ever see.
Really?
So we've got like this 15-meter fence, and he manages to kick it over.
Every time.
How is he that bad for a
He's
pretty athletic dude?
Great
Like,
at hockey, awful at every other sport.
what?
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's the one guy, like maybe in the ice hockey community here, that is literally good, annoyingly good at everything they do? Like they could pick up a golf club and be good at it. They could play another sport and be good at it. Like, is there someone there that just
I mean, I hate to say it, but Jake.
is Jake good at?
Jake's good at it.
Jake's just good at everything.
Jake's good at
Except soccer.
all sports.
not good at soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer?
Yeah, Jake.
But other than that,
But-
yeah, pretty much everything.
Jake's just got that natural talent in most stuff.
Yeah. In sports.
Sports. Okay,
In sports.
guys.
yeah.
So how many? You guys are playing each other this Friday night. It's a game for first place. It's pretty exciting. Have you ever played against each other in ice hockey before?
Some exhibition games, and an inland hockey league.
Oh.
Yeah. Up in Gola.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so it's just like, it was like, I think like an under 17 league, and there's like 3 teams, so we're facing off against each other.
I think the exhibition games were the most fun because that was the first time we got to play contact against each other.
Okay.
I managed to land a few hits. He managed to land a few
I
hits on
think
me.
I
so-
high-sticked him in the face on accident. during
On
one of those
accident?
games. He wasn't happy because he had to drive me home.
Yeah.
Yeah, the awkward drive home.
Yeah.
So, but now you're going. So you've been teammates though for the most of it. So what are the feelings going against each other this weekend?
Excited, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fired up. Like you want the edge over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
for
I'm
sure.
when I'm on his team, like it's so easy for me to pick out like the stuff he does wrong because I'm just his brother. So like now that I'm actually playing against him, I can't wait. But
Yeah. I mean, we probably know each other the best. Like, I know what Daniel does and Daniel knows. I mean, it works well on a team, but it works even better when we're playing against each other.
We were talking about that with Tim as
Same
well, that
thing.
if Nat is going down on a breakaway and Tim is standing right there, do you know what
Like
each
a-
other are going to do? So same thing, like Daniel's coming down one-on-one. He just picks up the puck in the middle of the ice. You're the last D-back.
Yeah.
Do you know what he's doing?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't
What
know
is he
about
doing?
that. We haven't practiced lately, and we've been working
I know.
away from each other. So
What does he do, Andrew? I want to know what Andrew says.
Daniel's not really a Daniel guy. He'll probably delay and try and wait for one of his teammates to
a
come
team
in.
guy.
I'm sure about that.
Well, I'm
He's
not
gonna run him.
I'm not
What
gonna
about
say
the
anymore
corners?
now.
Are you gonna shy away? Like I'm sure you boys want.
No, definitely not.
No, even harder actually. Yeah.
So what are the parents thinking about you guys having to go against each other for the first time?
Mom's a bit worried. Someone will
Is
get
she?
injured, but a little bit. But
Daniel might want to put the cage back on.
nah, I'm excited to play with a visor.
Oh, you've never played with a visor before?
No, I haven't.
I mean, the first game Noah took his cage off. He got a stick in the face. So,
Oh, I know. You saw that with Hux at one point too. Like he had the full cage,
Yeah.
and then he takes the visor
dived
up,
to
and the
block
next
it.
shift he dives. Like, That is an adjustment, though, I guess. Like if it's the first time playing with a visor, is it a bit different the way you kind of see it out there, Nat? When you,
I mean, you can. I feel like you can see more without the cage. Like when you go from a visor back to a cage, you're like, okay, I can't see the puck. But I don't know. It's just I don't really think about all the getting hit in the face. But once you get hit in the face, then it's all you think about.
Yeah.
And then it's
So
just
you'll
in
be
your
fine.
head.
Sure is. Like you need to hold your stick in certain angles so it doesn't deflect in your face. Like you got to be mindful of that. I mean, I learned that lesson the hard way when Zach Boyle took a slap shot and hit me in the face off my stick. He didn't shoot it at my face. It went off my stick and in my face. But yeah.
Boys, he sent a couple photos through just of you guys growing up. We'll just flick them up there. Where is this and who's this?
That's me. Yeah, with my classic Reebok helmet. I think I was in Ginsburg in 2013.
Oh my goodness.
Same tournament. Yeah.
The young buck.
He's so small.
He hasn't grown that much, has he?
No.
I'd like to think I have.
I feel like you looked the same for like 3 years. Just you were like maybe this much taller each year.
This is classic, though. Whose birthday is this?
I think it might have been mine, and we were at Munta. So we got our rashes on, fluorescent, so everybody can see.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the classic mud cake for my birthday.
Yeah.
I love it.
This was, I think, our first season.
Really?
Yeah, so that's
Did Jake
me.
Riley
yeah.
teaching you to put shin pads on first?
Yeah, so I think
That season was a good season.
Why? Just fun.
we had like no players.
Really?
Yeah, one game we had 5 players, and we went up. We only had 5 players on the team. We went up against Jake's team, and we managed to beat them with no changes.
Just 5 dudes
Yeah.
on the ice the whole time. Who else was on that team? Remember?
I only remember 2 more players that were there. There was Matt Gaskin and Kate Tahima.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Grubb was our goalie.
Aaron Grubb.
Aaron Grubb was the goalie.
Yeah. Yeah, so back then he was a goalie and he played for us.
Yeah, and we won that season, so that was good.
Now I'll ask this one to Nathaniel. Nat, I've heard that everything is Daniel's fault.
Yeah, so this is just like a to this day situation, but Andrew has a bit of it. Like he won't say it, but he's got a bit of like a temper when it comes to just like waking up in the morning, and he will just literally wake up and he will just blame Daniel for waking him up, even though Daniel won't even be there, and he'll just be like, "It's always Daniel's fault."
It usually is.
Is it?
Oh
So-
yeah, I just
See?
sometimes like
Well, if I guess it, it'll be 80% right. So.
But boys, no, really looking forward to the game on the weekend. The Chens and the Bensons go head to head. Just quickly before we get to the last word about the game, big effort from the Xtreme. Last game there was a toy drive that was hosted. You boys did an awesome job. How did it go? Like what's the results from
Well,
that?
we heard that we got about 2,000 dollars in gift card, which was really great, and about 110 gifts. So it was
Holy
just a
cow.
fantastic, awesome job by the whole team. I think the way Tash had it all sorted and all the players knew what was going on, and just like the people coming and bringing everything was fantastic. So it was
Good feeling around the place.
Yeah, definitely.
Boys, first place is. Do you guys have any like side bets between any of the brothers here on the line about the games on the weekend?
probably just how many times Andrew falls over. That's about it.
What's the over under on that?
Over 12.
we're just gonna
Set the line at 12 and a half for
we're gonna
Andrew Chen.
put the clip in of you saying Andrew Chen can't stand up.
Oh, man.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, they.
Except that we saying Andy. Yeah, you were struggling.
Yeah, I was not sharpening my skates that day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put in a bet that if the game is a blowout, we'll have like a Chen versus Benson line brawl.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
If the game is a blowout,
that's what's going to happen. Just get it going. The Chen versus Benson line brawl. I would love to see it. Have Julian jump in to stick it against Jeremy. Now, it should be a really fun game on the weekend. Battle of the Brothers. It's Natty versus Tim. It's Andy versus Danny. It's the Stars versus the Xtreme. It's the battle for first place. We're looking forward to seeing you then, and thanks for tuning in.